Hey, thank you so much for downloading this PDF on sobriety. My name is Rachel Graham. I am 5.5 years clean and sober. Um, I really wanted to create this PDF because these are tips and tricks that I actually used to get sober 5.5 years ago and remain sober, things that I still do. And I really just wanted to share my knowledge in hopes that it would help just one person. If you're sober curious and you're like, yeah, maybe I'll take a month off, or if you're really committed to wanting to make a massive lifestyle change like I did, then this is for you. All right, let's jump right in. I'm going to share my screen here. Let's see. All right, let's do it. All right, so there's my fun little cover. I love, see, this is the thing about, getting sober and thinking about alcohol and my relationship with alcohol. And this image, I think, really conjures up like the romanticism that we connect alcohol to. Does that make sense? Like these like really glamorous parties and these two women, one that's kind of edgy with her dark nails and the other one that's got her red nails, and they're like, oh, martinis, and I don't know what that is, an apres, whatever, I don't know. I didn't drink fancy beverages all the time when I was drinking. I was like beer and then tequila, club soda, lime, you know. Oh, and red wine, of course. But this image, this illustration, I love because to me it really symbolizes like the glamour that I had once associated with drinking alcohol. So let's jump right in. So here we go. Sobriety, Practical Tips for Your Journey by Rachel Graham. That's me. Welcome. I started drinking alcohol on the weekends when I was 14 years old. Alcohol made me feel happy and relaxed. It took away my anxiety. When I was drinking, I felt like the girl I had always wanted to be. Confident, funny, cool. Partying became the thing I loved the most. After high school, I decided to take a year off, like many of my friends. I worked and partied, and that was about it. I did have a lot of fun. I had to mention that, as much as I look back on it and it seems like a supreme waste of time, in the moment it did feel like a really good time, other than like the next morning. We'll get more to that. So I would go to work hungover. Always worked. I never lay around and like didn't work at all. And so as a functioning alcoholic, I think you're able to get away with it for a lot longer because you justify it to yourself. You say, well, I'm still going to work, right? So I would go to work hungover, and then I would start the cycle again that evening with a glass of wine. Couldn't wait to have that drink. I had many traumatizing things happen to me as a result of my drinking. I made very poor decisions over and over again. My nonstop party lifestyle kept me from committing to my dreams, and I think that's the worst part. I worked dead end jobs instead of doing anything worthwhile. I filled my journals with plans for the future. So I was living in this state where, I was having fun, but there were so many things I wanted to do, and I just like couldn't achieve them. So sadly, my habits would keep me from actualizing those dreams for many more years. I had tried quitting numerous times, but always started up again. September 13th, 2019, it was my third and final attempt. It was the day I said enough. 5 years, 5 months, and 24 days ago at the time of this writing, which was March 10th, 2025. So I hope this ebook will provide you with some useful tools to quit booze. So this ebook is for you if you need practical tips on how to quit drinking alcohol. I hope that sharing my experience with you can help even just one person get and stay sober. And if this isn't you, but you downloaded this maybe for somebody else, forward this email along, or tell them to hop on over to my Instagram or wherever you found the link for the PDF, and I will send it to them as well. So I'd love to hear your story. This is really important. It isn't just about me. I feel like what I've learned as I've gotten older is that it's all about community. Trying to get sober by yourself is fine, and it's what I did. I didn't join AA. I didn't do any programming, but I am really curious about your story. So I'd love to hear it. DM me on Instagram. It's RCHLGRHM Forever is my Instagram handle. You can send me an email, rachelgrahamdesign9@gmail.com. Please tell me your story. Share it. I'd love to hear it. So I'm an acute inpatient dialysis registered nurse by trade. That's what I do for work. I am passionate about preventative wellness, helping others. I love Pilates and strength training. I use an app called Ladder. It's amazing. I travel. I love music. I love my family. I have a son who's 4. I've been married for 15 years. I also have 2 stepchildren, Abby and Aiden, and they are fantastic, and I love them very much. My sobriety, it allows me to live my life with integrity, purpose, and joy. My hope is that you too will find peace of mind living alcohol free. That is what I truly, truly hope. So, how will I ever stop drinking? It's a great question. It's a one that I had asked myself over and over again. I actually didn't feel like I would ever quit drinking because I actually really loved alcohol. I loved partying. I loved how I felt. Like I said, it made me the person that I wanted to be, or so I thought. The negative things, at first, there's not too many negative consequences when you first start, right? But then as the years go by, as you grow older, these negative experiences, they do start to compound. So, first tip, I'm going to stick to the script. Download a sober app. I recommend downloading a sober app to keep track of your success. I use I am sober. Make sure to fill out the why I am doing this section. It is so nice to read your why when things get tough, or years later on the really great days. It's so awesome to see the progress you've made. All right, number 2, stock up on non-alcoholic beverages, you guys. So I recommend getting 2 different flavors of seltzer or bubbly water, depending on where you are in the country. In Canada, the United States, in Europe, I don't know what they call it there, but I used to call like a club soda, can I get a club soda? And then I learned to call it a seltzer when I moved to Wisconsin. So my favorite brand is Waterloo because the flavors are amazing and they are super carbonated. But of course, there's so many other ones that you can choose from. Other stuff to have on hand. Fresh mint and lime to make NA mojitos. Super easy. You can add a little bit of honey if you want some sweetness. Some cubed ice. Lemonade and iced tea to make Arnie Palmers. Just how about some lemon and lime squeezers that you can get in the produce section? You can add that to bottled water or other concoctions to kind of like brighten up your NA beverages. Fresh fruit like pineapple, oranges, lemons, watermelon, strawberries to infuse water with. Non-alcoholic beer, wine, cocktails, etc. can be fantastic. But I do recommend waiting for a year or so of sobriety before trying those, because for some people, those types of drinks, because they do actually really closely resemble the real flavor of alcohol, and it can trigger cravings. So if you're going to go down that road, there is one I really, really like, well, too, and that is the Dessois NA Rosé Katy Perry. It's honestly like it's adaptogenic. There's something about those little canned beverages that you really feel like you're having a cocktail, and they're not too sweet. It's just really nice. And then Kin has fantastic selections. So Kin Euphorics. Number 3, decide what new activity you will do. This is key. This step is super important. When you quit booze and are no longer spending your days hungover, you will feel like you have so much time, you guys. Even if you're going to work, even if you have kids, like you will feel like, wow, your day just like quadrupled with available time. And it's because you have time mentally, because you're not in this weird hungover fog all the time. So too much spare time can be super dangerous because it's easy to slip back into your old habits. My number 1 recommendation with this is to fill this time with something you can get obsessed with. Number 1 recommendation, and that's why it's first, is the gym. It doesn't mean you need to go to a gym and pay for a membership. Do home workouts. There's so many free YouTube channels that offer great Pilates, strength training. Anything you could imagine you can do for free on YouTube. But if you want to go to a gym, that's great too, because they have childcare in a lot of gyms. That's why I have a gym membership. I used to do home workouts before I had a child just because that's all I could do with my work schedule. But now that I have a kid, gym membership is key just for the childcare. So I use the Ladder app, which I've shared on social media. It's really inexpensive. You can get a 30-day free trial or a 7-day free trial depending on when you sign up. I'll have a link for you guys to, if you want to try Ladder. It's fantastic. That's what I use. I do Pilates and strength training, but I use my Ladder app at the gym. So I don't do it at home, I do it at the gym, just because of childcare and convenience. The gym is really close to my work. I drop my son off at daycare or at school, and then I hop over to the gym, get my workout done before I go to work. So yoga classes, going for long dog walks, running outside, cycling, boating, learning a new instrument, learning a new language, renovating a room in your home, joining a book club, kickboxing classes, etc. There's so many hobbies you can get involved with. Alcohol has been filling a void in you. That's what you have to really come to terms with. It is okay to fill it up with some good stuff rather than leaving a hole. All right, number 4, how to deal with cravings. So know that you will have cravings for this. You can't just spend years and years drinking, or even if you've only been drinking a few years, it's become part of your life. It has become, your body has adapted to it. Your body craves it. It needs it. It's addicted. Okay. It's not just about willpower. So when a craving comes, observe it like a disruptive guest in a restaurant. I don't know where I heard this, but it's really, really helpful. Acknowledge its presence. Look at it. Understand that the craving is not you. It is an unwelcome guest, and your job is to simply observe and wait. The unwanted guest will leave because you are not giving it power on you. Let the temptation, just let it wash over you like a wave. Pretend you're this endless beach of glorious white sand. That wave will wash over you. It'll recede because it always recedes. If you do not pay attention, if you do not let those thoughts overtake you, they will recede. Just try this, I swear. Just like intrusive thoughts can come into your mind, if you do not indulge them, they will dissipate. I highly recommend reading a book called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. It is a life-changing book. Read that book. It will really help you understand how to look at thoughts, like if you can observe a thought and how to move through those. Okay, and that isn't a book just for sobriety. All right. Number 5, reward yourself when you hit milestones. Buy yourself something every week, even if it's something small like a sticker or a latte. I recommend buying yourself a larger gift like a new gym outfit or a pair of shoes or whatever is meaningful to you. Maybe some scrapbooking stuff, maybe buying yourself a digital camera. Do a big gift. When you reach larger milestones like 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever you feel like you can budget and afford that makes sense for you, but make sure you reward. This is a commitment you are keeping to yourself, okay? So reward yourself. Number 6, join the sober parties, I call them, on social media. So join sober Facebook groups in your area. Follow sober Instagrams. Like I followed one called Sober Babes Club. It was like at the very beginning of my journey. It was a new Instagram page, sorry, I couldn't find the words, that was started, and they had some merch, so I bought myself a couple Sober Babe tees that I still wear. I've since now cut them up and made them like all brand new. I tie-dyed one of them. I bought one of his hoodies. He's got socks, he's got hats, he's got swimsuits. It's just really fun to be part of a community, and you can watch sober stories on YouTube for inspiration and motivation, TikTok accounts. If you want to go do an AA meeting, go do that if that's your style. I didn't do it. I can't comment on that, but there's tons of resources online. Community is so important always, but especially in sobriety. Because full transparency, it can be very lonely and you can feel very bored at first. And that is just a reality, right? When you're out socializing with people, having drinks, like it's all fun and games. And when you just cut that off, if you don't replace that, if you don't have community, it can be very isolating. So you need to seek other people out that are also sober. And yeah, eventually you can go to a bar. Some people can right away. I actually was a waitress when I initially got sober. So I was serving people alcohol. I didn't go out to party though, like with friends, but I was around it and it was okay for me. It may not be for you though. Number 3, journal or a voice memo to track your emotions. I am an avid journaler. I highly recommend this step. But if you don't like writing down your thoughts, try downloading a voice recorder and just talk about whatever comes to mind. Or you can even send yourself voice messages in Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, Signal, or just even to your own number. Like I started doing that recently. Because sometimes you just need to talk and sort things out, and typing or writing maybe isn't the easiest thing for you to do. So this is very cathartic. It helps get things out of your mind, allows you to engage in self-reflection. And there's going to be a lot of new thoughts that start coming to the surface with sobriety. Sorry, I'm going to have a sip of my delightful venti cold brew with sugar-free vanilla and heavy cream. Fire. Okay, so yeah, a lot of thoughts can come to the surface because you've been suppressing emotion. Alcohol just numbs you out, right? Central nervous system depressant. You're not yourself. So as your body gets cleaned out and you are sober for a period of time, you're going to start having all sorts of thoughts, and there could be a lot of intrusive thoughts, negative thoughts, or even just maybe feeling like your brain is going full steam ahead and you're like, where are all these thoughts coming from? So yeah, really, really helpful. So electrolytes in a fancy water bottle is number 4. Electrolytes are a great way to help combat symptoms of dehydration and nausea. So if you're drinking a lot of alcohol every day, you might experience some electrolyte imbalance. Potassium, calcium, sodium, magnesium, these are key electrolytes. Instead of doing sugary sports drinks, try electrolyte tablets. I recommend the Trace Minerals brand. Buy yourself a big water bottle that can hold 26 ounces. Set your goal to drink, and that's like a minimum. Set your goal to drink half your weight in ounces of water every day. This is how much you need. If you weigh 160 pounds, you want to drink 80 ounces of water per day. Because when you quit drinking, you're not going to necessarily feel good right away. So you need to hydrate, and having those electrolytes will help you beat along a lot of the common symptoms of withdrawal. So, on to the next part. Let's talk about food. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so key. Food is medicine. After a night of drinking, most of us crave fast food. I don't know about you, but this was me. Pizza dipped in ranch, like garlic powder, like that was my jam. My husband and I, we'd order a pizza. We'd each eat like a half a pizza dipped in ranch, like literally in bed sometimes. A sticky Cinnabon, quarter pounder meal from McDonald's with some McChicken sauce for the fries. Like that is, I love that. The next morning, you may also crave greasy foods. When you quit drinking, you may also find that your cravings for sugar, they're going to go through the roof. There are better options you can choose instead. I recommend having your kitchen stocked with these healthier comfort foods to keep you feeling energized and satisfied. All right, so here's some better comfort foods. Cauliflower pretzels with cheddar cheese spread. Super easy to find. These days, the great thing about these healthy food choices is that you can find them even in some gas stations. You can find healthier food choices. If you're in Wisconsin, Quick Trip, they've got so many good choices. Haven't seen cauliflower pretzels there though. But if you are in Wisconsin, Woodman's has cauliflower pretzels. I know that for a fact. Cauliflower crust pizzas, so many different ones to choose from. Hummus with carrots, just a classic. Guacamole, salsa, corn chips, taco salad made with ground turkey. Chicken wings, that's the best. If you are going out with friends and you want to still like eat clean, chicken wings, you guys, with celery, carrots, ranch or blue cheese for dipping. I have an awesome homemade banana bread recipe that's made with just bananas and chickpea flour with no added sugar. So I do have a gluten-free, refined sugar-free cookbook that I also have for free. So check out my profile. You can grab that one too. Red pepper tomato bisque with a grilled cheese. Can't go wrong. That's such a comfort food. A turkey burger on a lettuce bun with sweet potato fries. So good, you guys. So good. And you don't have to buy the sweet potato fries. You can easily just chop those up and bake them. Or if you have an air fryer, even better. Southwest chili with ground turkey, corn, beans, cilantro. Add a little bit of sour cream on the top. So good, you guys. All right, so let's talk about exercise. I know I mentioned the gym as being a thing to do to fill the hole, to replace the habit. So let's get a little more into that and why this is so important. So why moving daily is key. For a lot of us, drinking alcohol helps relax after a long day or to curb anxiety, to feel happier, etc. We all have different reasons for drinking. When we take away that alcohol, feelings of anxiety, depression, and other negative emotions, they can just rush in and flood your brain. Exercise is fantastic for your mental health, you guys. It has an incredibly powerful effect on your mood, stress levels, and your brain chemistry. Exercise is amazing for you. It triggers a release of endorphins like serotonin, dopamine. These are chemicals in your brain that produce a sense of well-being. And this is a natural high. You hear about a runner's high, right? You can get that natural high from lifting weights, from doing a little bit of HIIT training. It increases blood flow to the brain, which improves cognitive function, memory, focus. Everything's going to get better. It improves sleep, which is essential for mental health. If you're not sleeping, your body, that's when your body regenerates, right? Is with sleep. So if you're not getting good sleeps, things aren't working as they should. And exercise can help sleep. People don't initially think that, because you think, well, if I'm like exerting a lot of energy and like when I get like hyped up, yes, but it will also help you sleep at the end of the day. It lowers cortisol, which is the stress hormone, which will relax you. If your cortisol levels are low, you're going to feel more relaxed than if you're operating with real high cortisol. Exercise increases your self-esteem. So as you get stronger, as you achieve your goals, whether that's weight loss or even weight gain for some folks, you will have a more positive self-image. You just will. It's a natural side effect. Fosters resilience. This is really important. So when you commit to exercising regularly, you will have many days you do not want to work out. Pushing past this creates resilience, which will help you in all areas of your life. It is a complete myth that you are going to want to work out every day. Total myth. You need to just put on your workout clothes and get the job done. I just posted on my story about my morning routine. If you want to know more about that, reach out to me. Ask me how I do it, what my tips and tricks are. Am I perfect? No. But I've done a lot of trial and error throughout the last 10 years, and I can tell you what works. The positive cognitive effects are pretty immediate. After a 30-minute weight training session or HIIT training, you will feel better mentally. Running, it's even shorter than that. I feel like if I run for like 15 minutes and I'm not a runner, I mean, you get off that treadmill or like if you're running outside and you just immediately feel better. Disclaimer, I'm not a mental health professional. I am not a physician. These recommendations are based on my personal experience, so always consult your physician and your mental health professional regarding your specific situation. I'm not telling you to, stop taking medications or do anything of that nature. As I said, this is from my personal experience. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much. I hope this ebook gave you some tips on how to help you get started on your journey to living an alcohol-free life. Again, please send me a DM or an email. Tell me your story. I would love to get to know you, and we can support each other in sobriety. I do have some links here below. I won't read those out loud. You have the PDF. You can click on these links. They are clickable. Please, I'd like to know what you thought of this PDF. If there's anything you think I should add, let me know. I want to get your feedback, and I want to create digital products that you guys love and want to read and consume. So have a fantastic day. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon.